Honey, I'm home!
Time to watch some movies.
Oh, cool. Dhurandhar 2 is out. 4 hours? This movie's so long I could fly to India, get yelled at for calling it Bollywood when it's not Bollywood, and fly back before the credits. Everybody meet Goldie. This is his first Bollywood movie. We did it.
Goldie died around the interval, and there wasn't even an interval.
Now, Fishwater was fake. Losing my whole day was not. I started Dhurandhar 2 today at 6 a.m. in the morning and finished it at 4 in the afternoon. Of course, I took breaks, but still, this movie became a full shift. I didn't watch Dhurandhar 2, I clocked in. And during those 4 hours, I got the backstory I begged for in the first one. Hamza also beat people with medieval weapons. And he made me care about a guy that was living 3 different lives at once. And then the movie blindsided me with a sign called Piss Cola. What is this? So did this giant sequel earn an extra day of my entire life? What's up, guys? My name's Hexo. I'm an American working on my way through Indian cinema, one ridiculously long movie at a time. After the first Dhurandhar, I knew there was more going on, and I was hoping for a second one. Yes, I did not watch till the credits, okay? Somebody in the comments said, you have to watch to the credits, of course. Okay, I'm sorry. The movie went black after 3.5 hours. I went, oh, stop. I didn't see the Dhurandhar 2 coming next week. Because it came out like right after the other one. Why did they just make a full 8-hour movie at this point? After the first Dhurandhar, I liked what I saw, but Hamza was a complete mystery to me still. So I had to continue to keep digging. I knew he was dangerous, I knew he was mysterious, and I knew that there was much more going on. But I wanted to know what made this guy, right? And this movie definitely showed me what happened. Even the court scenes worked because the backstory never felt like homework. It felt like the movie was finally opening the door and letting me see what created his just angry rage. Honestly, the opening gave me everything that I wanted in part 1. I wish they would have just put it in part 1 so I could be like, oh, okay, so that's what's going on. I'll watch 3 more hours of the next one and put the first one at 4.5 hours. The scene with his friend where they're going into the house, it had me already locked in. Then the hammer and sword part where he's just going to, you'll have to, if you haven't seen it, go watch it, but you know what I'm talking about. There's a hammer and sword part where he's going after a guy. Holy crap. You gotta see that part. That's, whoa. This wasn't slick action movie violence. This was caveman nightmare violence. But it worked because it showed me all of the pain that Hamza had underneath and why he had it. You understand enough about his family and what happened to them that he absolutely starts decimating the place. It doesn't feel just random, like he's just going to beat up some dude. It feels like he's got years of anger just exploding all at once. Then the movie says, all right, let's make Hamza look like a myth. There's a fireworks scene in the house that's all crazy. You know, there's pinwheels going off. The fight keeps getting crazier and crazier. And later in the movie, when he gets the flaming ball and chain, that was probably my favorite part. Was that your guys' favorite part? When he gets that and he's just whipping it around? Oh, I wish the whole movie was ball and chain on fire. It would have been great. It was just that was his weapon the entire time. They were being removed from the census. But I liked how they made it so he's not just a walking weapon in the sequel. Every win ends up costing him something. The cops are closing in on him. His life at home starts cracking apart. And I'm sitting there wondering, like, how long can this guy keep it going? I mean, Hamza's getting pulled apart every which way. He's a husband, father, gangster, spy, friend, killer. That is where the movie just had me, right there. Not just, oh, he can survive, but how long can he actually keep it going until it all starts crashing apart? Major Iqbal had me paranoid literally the entire time. I was like, dude, this guy knows what's going on. He knows that Hamza's doing something dirty. And every conversation he had was like a literal test. I was like reading him like, he knows. Because he has those, you know, those eyes that He knows. But that pressure made their eventual confrontation one of my favorite parts in the entire movie. It had final boss energy, but there was already enough history, suspicion, hatred for one another packed into it to actually mean something. But my ultimate favorite is the flaming ball and chain, because I am a simple man. And then there's this guy. I don't know what his name is. I know he was a friend of Hamza's, and it looked like he was a spy too, because he was like Samwise Gamgee at the end. You know, he's lighting off the bombs and doing all this crazy stuff. I was surprised. I was like, oh, he's got a friend on the inside. When did that happen? Are we going to get a backstory on this guy now? I was like, I don't know what you know, but thank you for your service. The hardest part for me was everything involving Hamza's friends. So I'm not going to spoil it and tell you every detail, but the choices he's forced to make involving people who trust him are brutal. That's where the cool spy stuff just disappears. And you see what this life actually ends up costing him. He can win every fight, but lose all the people that are standing around him. And the end keeps that same feeling. I hated what that choice cost him, honestly, but I understood it. It didn't feel like the movie was forcing a sad ending just because they wanted me to be sad. It felt like the only choice that he could make, even though it hurt. In the first movie, he starts smoking like it's part of his uniform. Then this movie gives you that one small moment that feels like this version of me is over. No giant speech, no 15-minute explanation of what just happened. Just a little visual callback that tells you everything. And I actually like that. All right, now we have to talk about some of the Indian bad words that they say. And this might just be from the subtitles. but when you always hear idiot, dimwit, you rascal... There's plenty more. Is that Indian culture that you guys say that? Is it just not translated well? Because it cracks me up. You know, some guy's got 12 felonies. He just killed 12 other guys, and he's like, you rascal. Like we're in a Bugs Bunny cartoon. And at 2 hours and 20 minutes, if you go there and you want to watch it yourself, I'm trying to be mature. I'm following the spy plot. I'm thinking of India and Pakistan at this point. I'm processing betrayal, revenge, the demonetization. Then they hit me with piss cola. There's a huge sign right here. Piss cola. First it was wash my butt. Now it's piss cola. I guess I'm not mature enough for this movie yet. Also, we have to talk about Hamza's unbelievable hair. This man is out there committing extreme violence with shampoo commercial volume. I'm watching him thinking I might need a hair transplant, because apparently villain aura begins at the hairline. And I don't want to go crazy here, but this might be one of the best sequels ever, on par with Two Towers, Lord of the Rings. And if we ever get an RRR sequel, I need to know right now, are we calling it RRRRR? Because eventually it's going to just sound like pirate noises. But seriously, this sequel is what sequels should do. It doesn't just give you more, it gives you what came before hit even harder. The first movie made me curious, and the second movie made me actually care about all of it. And here I am thinking that all Indian movies are just head bobs and heart throbs. Then this movie beat it out of me with a hammer and a flaming ball chain. It also sent me down a history rabbit hole. I had no idea that India demonetized their 500 and 1,000 rupee note in 2016. Converted into American dollars, it doesn't sound like a huge amount of money for us, but for some families, it could mean days of wages for groceries, medicines, transportation, real life stuff. So when the movie brought it up, it wasn't just some background political stuff that's going on in the background. That affected normal people. So I do have one question though. Since the story is in Pakistan, were they speaking Urdu? I think that's how you say it, or Hindi in the movie. Because to my American brain, it all sounds similar, very similar. So if you're an Indian or a Pakistani viewer, let me know. So did this 4-hour monster earn my entire day? I would say yes, it absolutely did. Dhurandhar 2 is literally a 10 out of 10 for me. I know it's a huge score, and I'm not going to give that to all the movies that I watch, I promise. But this one had me actually feeling for Hamza. I was like entrenched into the movie. and I don't have any complaints about it. It was long. Every time I took a break, I wanted to get back and actually go see what happened. The action is insane. The friendship stuff hurts, and Hamza becomes an actual person instead of just a mystery wrapped in perfect hair. The landing totally sticks. It lands it, and the movie made me want to learn more about the history behind all of the India and Pakistan stuff. So after the first movie, I didn't know if I was going to recommend this to other Americans, but after the second one, I definitely would. Not as a history textbook, but as a movie that might make you curious enough to open one. Now you guys can tell me what I missed. You guys can roast me in the comments. How hard did the demonetization hit India? And what language were they speaking in this Pakistan scenes? And please tell me I'm not the only grown adult that saw Piss Cola and immediately stopped paying attention to everything else. I'm Hexo. Tell me what I should watch next. That's all I got for you guys today. You guys have a good one. Comment down below, subscribe, hit the like, and I'll see you guys on the next one. See you guys.